everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on the DC film Black Adam. Now, as you know, Black Adam is a superhero film that is meant to star Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, who is known for being in films like Skyscraper, also The Game Plan, and so many other films. And of course, the film is meant to be a spin-off of Shazam, and the 11th film in the DC Extended Universe. Now, I think a lot of us DC comic fans know who Black Adam is, who was originally the original champion before Billy Batson, and of course ended up kind of becoming the supervillain and kind of being a dark reflection of what Billy Batson might have become. And keep in mind that, the point of the film Black Adam is meant to star the character in his own spin-off film. And after getting the film off eBay and after sitting down to watch it, I can kind of see where the film did kind of underperform. And the way I kind of see Shazam is just a copy and paste version of the 2019 film Shazam with some slight differences. So the premise of the film is meant to follow in the present day of Kahndaq, where we see how the city is oppressed by Intergang, and we kind of see how a group of resistance fighters, led by Adrena, try to resurrect Black Adam. And in doing so, we kind of see how Black Adam sees, to his shock and horror, that a lot of things have changed in Kahndaq, and we kind of see how Adrena's son, Amon, helps him to kind of be the hero he's supposed to be. And this is kind of like where we are going to see characters as copy and paste versions of what they shouldn't be. And what's interesting, in the comics, Amon and Adrena are meant to be brother and sister, but their characters just feel a bit like a replacement to Mary and also Freddy. And when you kind of got Black Adam, obviously it's kind of almost like looking at Billy Batson, where you're gonna have the superhero rope trope, but instead it's gonna be like the anti-hero story where it's copy and pasting itself. And I kind of think, when you got the main villain, Ishmael, who's also meant to become the supervillain, Sabak, obviously is meant to be a version of Dr. Sivana. I think the problem with Ishmael's character, he just comes across a bit like an Indiana Jones-like villain. But I do give it credit in using the Justice Society. But we know their characters are meant to be replacements to the Justice League, with Carter being similar to Batman, obviously Atom Smasher being similar to the Flash, the young kid member, Cyclone being kind of similar to Cyborg, kind of the tech girl support. Obviously, you got Dr. Fate a bit like Superman, but with magical abilities. I can kind of see where, the film is taking inspiration from Black Adam's New 52 origin. The only difference was Black Adam's son became the champion and gave his powers to his father. Well, in the comics, Black Adam had a nephew, Amon, who was implied to be Billy Batson, who was before being reincarnated. And the point of them both having Shazam powers was meant to show how Black Adam's nephew believed that they could both help save both things in one go, until Black Adam became further corrupted. I think they really wanted to kind of do a proper anti-hero story, and I think the way I would have done it is have, Amon kind of being this kind of resistance freedom fighter for her brother to give her his life to save her, and in doing so resurrects Black Adam when completing the ritual. You could have had Black Adam being kind of reluctant to help Kahndaq, believing that he's not worthy to be the hero again, and after learning of its dictator, who could have been Ibak, who was kind of given the power much like his original comic counterpart, and having Black Adam decide to be the hero again to show the message that you might be an outcast to one thing, but you might be seen as a hero to someone else. And I think they really wanted to kind of do more with Black Adam, but it just kind of feels like, yeah, it's just a really poor done and kind of imitated version of Shazam, just replacing the Justice Society from the Justice League. And it just kind of feels like there was intentions to do a good DC movie. And I can kind of see where James Gunn is trying to kind of salvage the pieces. You can kind of tell after seeing the film being a box office bomb may have made him a little worried. And sometimes, yeah, if you're worried that a product is not going to work, obviously you're going to have to go back on the drawing board and start again. I think they really wanted to kind of do more with Black Adam's character, but it just kind of feels like, yeah, having the main villain be an Indiana Jones villain, then a sympathetic or tragic villain, and you can kind of tell they wanted to make Black Adam into a sort of tragic character, but I think what made the New 52 work, it showed Billy realizing to his shock and horror how close he was to becoming something like Black Adam before pulling away and realizing his mistakes. I think while Black Adam has good intentions in doing a spin-off movie, it just feels like a really copycat version that didn't really need to be made. So I think this film definitely deserves a thumbs down. Not the best, not the greatest, and does really wasted potential. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.